What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about why Europeans hate the taste of American chocolate. I had no idea that people felt so strongly about this. Is this true? Does everyone just hate our chocolate? Is it that different? I don't know. Maybe we've just gotten used to the taste here, because I definitely eat American chocolate like all the time without any complaints. And yeah, it's just normal. I don't know. This sounded like such an interesting topic. Like, why does Europe hate the taste of American chocolate? What is even the difference between the taste of like European chocolate and American chocolate? I'm very intrigued by this. So let's take a look.
While us Americans are mindlessly chomping away at our Hershey's bars,
Yeah.
some of our friends across the pond are kind of disgusted by what we're eating,
Really?
even though it tastes good to us.
Yeah. Yes. I'm glad. I feel vindicated here. I'm glad the narrator is like, it tastes good to us. That's all that matters. But seriously, this is like something I didn't even know. Why is this?
We've said American chocolate tastes like vomit and earwax.
What?
Called it sour and bitter.
What? How is that possible? How can there be such a big difference between what Europeans taste and what I taste as an American? Earwax? Vomit? Sour? That's like, honestly, I'm not even upset. I'm just intrigued. When I taste American chocolate, it's just like sweet milk chocolate goodness, classic taste I've grown up with. And when Europeans taste it, it's like vomit? Is that true? Is that actually true?
In some parts, it's a matter of taste, yes. But actually, there's a scientific reason why Europeans think our chocolate tastes so bad.
What? Okay. That almost makes sense, because it's such an extreme, like, sort of position to take. To be like, this chocolate is sour. I guess the chocolate here in America must be very, very different to the chocolate in Europe. I know in America here, they put a lot of, like, artificial sweeteners and preservatives and chemicals in our food that isn't even allowed in Europe, I think. So that's definitely got to, like, account for some of this, right?
First, we have to do some debunking.
If you look at the nutrition labels of a European Cadbury bar and an
Okay.
American Hershey bar,
Yeah.
this is what you'll see.
Okay.
All the ingredients listed by net weight.
Okay.
You may note that in the Hershey's bar, the first ingredient is sugar.
Of
but
course.
in the Cadbury bar, the first ingredient is milk.
Milk. Milk in the milk chocolate. What a strange phenomenon. No, that makes sense. Does the milk chocolate in Europe have a higher proportion of milk? And of course, the chocolate here in America has first ingredient, sugar. Not even like cocoa butter or milk. Sugar, of course, but oh man. Sadly, I think that's kind of like how our taste buds have been trained here.
So you might think, bingo, there's the reason some Europeans say American chocolate is sickly sweet.
Sure.
But actually, you'd be wrong.
Oh.
In the US, milk is weighed in its evaporated, powdered state, while in the UK, it's weighed as a liquid. So
Oh.
actually, they're pretty much the same.
Oh.
The other main difference is that they use different emulsifiers, which smooth the chocolate.
Okay.
Hershey's uses soy lecithin and PGPR, while Cadbury uses E442 and E476.
I mean, all this stuff sounds really artificial, like chemicals going into the chocolate. Is PGPR like worse than this E442 stuff?
Again, this seems like a big difference. But actually, E476 is just the European name for PGPR.
Oh,
Wow,
what?
that's a mouthful.
Okay.
Another common argument you might hear is that there's a different amount of cocoa in American versus European bars.
Oh,
The US has a requirement for 10%, while EU law dictates that it must be at least 30% cocoa.
whoa. There has to be much more cocoa in the European chocolate. That actually sounds like that'd be a good thing. Wouldn't that make it taste more cocoa-y, more chocolatey in a way? But therein lies the predicament here. To Americans, what we think of as the like taste of chocolate, what chocolate should taste like, has been like warped by our American chocolate, apparently. And I'm also distracted by these like cocoa beans. Isn't it funny that that is what makes the chocolate there? That stuff?
US law says that 10% can only be cocoa powder, but the EU's 30% contains cocoa solids, aka both cocoa powder and cocoa butter. So again, they end up being pretty much the same.
You might be
Oh, they end up being the same. Well, so far, there's no, like, difference that they're making, like, there must be some difference. There has to be. They have to get to it, I think. But so far, there's no difference in, like, the makeup of our chocolates so far.
starting to think that this is hopeless. They're practically the same chocolate.
Yeah.
But these theories are focusing on the wrong ingredients.
Oh.
Let's now shift our attention to the most important ingredient, Milton Hershey.
Okay.
It was 1894 when 37-year-old candy manufacturer Milton Hershey decided to produce sweet chocolate as a coating for his caramels.
So is it the Hershey company that caused all this? Like, is that why American chocolate tastes the way it does? Maybe the Cadbury, like in Europe, went off in a different direction with the ingredients. And Hershey here in America, which is the most popular, went in some crazy, strange, American, twisted chocolate direction.
It was a novel concept for the day, considering that milk chocolate was a rare treat for the rich and famous. Before this time, the intensive production process just wasn't possible on a large scale.
Oh, now, based on what they're saying, I'm worried that in order to mass produce chocolate in America, they cut some corners or made some weird Frankenstein chocolate. What did they do to make it so chocolate could be mass produced? What did they do?
But Hershey found inspiration from Henry Ford's production line and decided to apply that process to chocolate.
Oh, okay.
It was a smashing success, and their flagship factory in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, became the Hershey Chocolate Company.
Right.
In 1900, the company began producing milk chocolate in bars, wafers, and other shapes.
Okay.
With mass production, Hershey was able to lower the per-unit cost and make milk chocolate for cheap.
So they just, like, perfected mass production of chocolate. They did something, though. We're going to get to it sooner or later. They did something to the ingredients of our chocolate. There's got to be a reason Europeans think that our chocolate here tastes like vomit and, like, disgusting sour chocolate.
Hershey had been competing with other chocolate companies to have the cheapest chocolate bar in stores, and therefore the most accessible. Being a savvy businessman, he knew that increasing the quality or flavor would result in slim profit margins. So he decided to focus on the back end, aka the accumulation of ingredients.
Oh my, it's starting. They already are admitting that the Hershey company is like, we can't worry about taste and quality. We gotta worry about selling the most product. Oh, so where is this leading?
After he fine-tuned his cacao, he decided to focus on the next most important ingredient in a chocolate bar, the milk.
Milk.
And at the time,
I thought for a second they were gonna say sugar. That's just my American brain desperately craving sugar.
the early 1900s, fresh milk could not be legally stored for longer than 72 hours.
Oh, okay.
That put a real cramp in Hershey's style, considering that after 72 hours, any unused milk had to be thrown out.
Oh.
And having
Oh, wait a minute. Milk goes bad after 72 hours. They did something. I'm gonna keep saying that until they reveal the big mystery here. They did something to make the chocolate like more preservable or something.
fresh milk in chocolate meant that it couldn't be stored as long, even in bar form.
Okay.
So Hershey developed a process to do something to the milk in 1930.
Yep.
It's actually still a trade secret to this day,
Yep.
but experts speculate that he created a secret process to alter the milk.
Yep. Hear it? Yep. Okay. This is it. All right. They did something to the milk. That's not what I expected to be the big, like, difference. But Hershey's doing something weird to the milk in our chocolate. I'm talking like like this is going to change my mind about eating chocolate here in America. I don't think it will. I'm still going to be addicted. But let's continue. Maybe it gets worse.
It kept the milk fresh past 72 hours. It
Okay.
gave Hershey the edge to make the cheapest and most widely accessible milk chocolate.
Okay.
But that process had an unexpected effect on the chocolate itself.
Yep.
The
Yep.
secret method is known today as lipolysis. In
Okay.
lipolysis, enzymes introduced to milk break down fatty globules into smaller, more stable fat molecules. In order to kickstart this process, you first need butyric acid. It's a compound that partially sours the milk, but does give it greater shelf life. The result
What? Oh my god. This is not good. I think the Europeans have a point. I think they have a point because I am learning right now that the milk, oh my god, the milk in our chocolate here in America has been intentionally soured to some extent to increase the shelf life. We literally put sour milk in our chocolate. I want to go back. I want to go back to 10 minutes ago before I knew all this. I want to be the person I was. I don't like knowing this. I don't like this.
resulting flavor is instantly recognizable. It's also found in Parmesan cheese and vomit. And particularly high quantities of it are found in baby's vomit. It's sour and bitter, sometimes in a good way, like pungent cheeses,
What?
and sometimes in a bad way.
What? Baby vomit. There's baby vomit in our chocolate. No. I'm just spreading. I'm just spreading lies now. There's something in our milk process that's like what's in baby vomit, which isn't the same, but it's bad. It's bad.
Obviously. It was first discovered in 1814 by French scientist Michael Chevrel, who was interested in finding the chemical responsible for the smell of butter that had gone bad.
Okay.
It's also the chemical responsible for that wet dog farmyard smell.
Thank God for scientists like this who are like, why does that butter smell so rancid? I'm gonna figure that out. So that one day Americans can have longer lasting chocolate. That's beautiful.
It's secreted from dogs' anal glands, so try not to think of that next time you eat a Hershey's Kiss.
But don't
What?
worry, the butyric acid in chocolate is from milk.
Today, European
Okay.
chocolates are preserved for similar amounts of time by using different chemical preservatives and specially sealed plastic packaging.
Okay, I was wondering how the European chocolate has a long shelf life, because it must be comparable. European chocolate has chemicals, preservatives put in, whereas American chocolate has some weird souring process applied to the milk, which you could absolutely see how that would change the flavor drastically. That's weird. That's weird to think about, that I've been eating chocolate under that process my whole life, and that is what I think proper chocolate should taste like. That's weird to think about.
But Cadbury still recommends that their milk chocolate is consumed within a year of it being produced.
Wow.
So does Hershey, so by now they're
I mean, that's amazing that it lasts a whole year, by the way. That's amazing.
pretty similar. Lipolysis allowed Hershey's chocolate to take a resounding lead in the American chocolate wars.
Uh-huh.
But World War II is what caused the taste of this chocolate to conquer American palates.
Okay.
During the war, Hershey's chocolate scored a coveted contract to make military D rations for the American Army. By 1945, Hershey was producing around 24 million bars a week for soldiers.
So, the Hershey Company in America. I'm learning about some American chocolate history today. This is fascinating. I didn't know this. Hershey Company sent chocolate to all the soldiers in the World War, and they all got used to that chocolate taste. And that was the beginning.
These bars were a staple in the diets of the hundreds of thousands of soldiers away at war.
Okay.
They were so beloved that Hershey was awarded 5 Army-Navy E-Production Awards.
Wow.
In contrast, Cadbury, Hershey's biggest European competitor, offered up its factory to make airplane parts and manufacture wartime supplies.
There's the difference for you. Oh my god, in times of war and military need, Hershey just pumps out more chocolate for our soldiers. Cadbury starts making, like, airplanes and military supplies and practical tools. And America just amps up the chocolate production. Our soldiers need more chocolate.
They didn't manufacture any food at all. And in
Wow.
fact, in Britain, chocolate was rationed.
Okay.
This allowed Hershey to establish a taste monopoly. Almost every American soldier came home wanting chocolate that tasted the same as the one they'd been eating for years.
Right.
Since all of the bars that Hershey
Right.
made for the government used this top-secret milk stabilization method, soldiers got used to the unique taste. In fact, they got so
Wow.
used to it that it became their new normal.
Wow. Wow, this is so interesting. It's like I'm having a epiphany. My mind is blown. This is why it is how it is here. American chocolate. All the American soldiers got used to it, and it just became normal. Before this milk process was implemented, I guess we had chocolate here in America that tasted more European in a way, huh?
Because of the wild popularity of Hershey's post-World War II, other chocolate companies in the US added butyric acid to their chocolate to mimic the flavor of Hershey's
Wow.
that all the soldiers absolutely loved.
So now all of the American chocolate companies do this process. Not even for the benefit of giving the chocolate a longer shelf life, just for the taste. It's literally just like mostly for the taste. So it tastes like what Americans think our chocolate should taste like. Oh my god.
It became a staple of American commercial chocolate.
Yeah.
If you're in the US, like me, you probably don't even notice it when you're chowing down on that chocolate bar from
No.
CVS.
No.
Today, lipolysis isn't necessary due to chemical advancements in food chemistry. Hershey still does it because the taste is what all of us know and love. Some
Oh my god. This isn't even necessary to do. This used to be necessary for shelf life, to preserve the milk and the chocolate. This isn't even necessary anymore. There's preservatives in our chocolate in America already. They just do this weird milk acid souring for the taste, just for the taste. That's incredible.
smaller independent chocolate brands have stopped adding butyric acid to their chocolate in favor of marketing it as similar to European chocolates.
Right, okay.
With trends moving towards an appreciation of organic, pure foods, Hershey may not be at the top of the chocolate world much longer.
I don't know. I think it'd be very hard to disrupt Hershey's position in like American culture. Like it is the chocolate brand here. Now I'd just be so interested now to taste some European chocolate, some proper Cadbury chocolate. What does that taste like for an American like me? Does it also? Okay. For Europeans eating American chocolate, they say it's sour, it's disgusting, it's vomit. If I taste European chocolate, what does that taste like? Does that taste like vomit to me? Or does it taste like anti-vomit? Would it be like a eye-opening experience? I'm real curious, actually.
But it's hard to beat their super cheap, super accessible chocolate. So don't expect it to go away anytime soon.
Wow.
But Europeans certainly notice, since none of their chocolate companies use the lipolysis method or supplement their chocolate.
So on behalf of
Wow.
Americans, I am very sorry that our chocolate tastes terrible to you, but it's not our fault.
Thanks so much for watching.
It's not our fault. It's not our fault. Oh my god. So the chocolate here in America really tastes bad to Europeans. It's bad, and there's literally a reason. It is designed to taste different. It's designed to taste the American way with this extra milk process. That's so fascinating. This video was fantastic. This was by Cheddar, and I gotta give it a like, because that just blew my mind. That just shattered all of my preconceived ideas of our chocolate here or what chocolate should taste like. I don't know what chocolate should taste like anymore. I don't know. I will say, like, American chocolate, I don't know. It's definitely like a strong chocolate flavor with it's sweet and it's powerful and pungent, but in a good way to me. But I guess it's in a bad way to Europeans. A vomity way, a sour way. Ugh. This was fascinating. I've never really thought about it like this before. And I don't think I will think about American chocolate the same anymore. But I'm still going to eat it because it's all we have. And my brain thinks it's good. So, whatever. I will continue eating the sour chocolate. I'd be interested in trying European chocolate, though. That'd be really fun, actually. So, I enjoyed this. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on American chocolate if you've ever had it as a European. That'd be fascinating to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to the UK and UK culture in general, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.